It's Ketchup Packets.
Hi everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today, we are going to be watching some Expanse. We are watching the 7th episode, The Seventh Man. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Playing down phrasing.
Yeah.
7th episode, 7th Man. Last time on The Expanse,
Bunch of crazy stuff happened.
we met a new person. A new friend showed up to Roberta Draper on the end of the episode. There was like a human-shaped proto-molecule thing with some eyes looking at her.
Or until further notice, I'll still say a space zombie.
I'm anticipating the comments explaining how wrong we are.
Well,
we know it's not a zombie.
Until further notice, yes, it's definitely not a zombie. I mean, it could be a human body taken over by
Maybe it's Miller.
Maybe it could be Miller.
No, I hope not. Maybe it's the
Proto-Miller.
Proto-Miller. Proto-molecule. Got a thing? No, okay. What else? No, so I guess, they blew up all those mirrors.
Yeah.
That's those things they shattered. Comments have explained.
Okay.
They are mirrors used to amplify the sunlight down to the farming buildings on Ganymede. Because the sun is a lot further away than from Earth and Mars. So
Plants need
sunlight. Think magnifying glass on a ant kind of thing, but
they're all destroyed now.
Yeah, they blew up.
That's bad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What else do we got?
We have the OPA stole some missiles.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
And we're not happy about that.
No.
Holden's not happy about that.
I was particularly upset about that at the end of the last episode, if I remember correctly.
That was bothering you.
Yeah.
So hopefully he doesn't fire those, but, because that's what missiles are for, and
Yeah.
also because this is a TV show, I think they're going to fire them at some point.
Yep. They're there, so...
Mm-hmm.
You got a bunch of missiles
Chekhov's
just
missiles.
sitting there. Yeah.
And Naomi also pretended she destroyed the proto-molecule sample they left, but she didn't destroy it.
That's right. They should have just destroyed it.
Mm-hmm. I think. She thinks that it's an upper hand for the Belters, and it's the only upper hand that they can have against the inner planets, and that they, all these people are taking actions that are pushing the system closer to war because they're afraid of what the other parties in the system might do to them,
Yep.
Mars and Earth and Naomi with doing that, representing the Belt, are all doing things that are actually worse for the system as a whole to try to protect their own interests against the other parties in the system.
Cold War.
Well,
pushing things closer to hot war.
There was a shooting war between Martians and Earthers at the end of the last episode. So
it seems to be bubbling over kind of presently.
Our confusion at the end of the last episode most of the comments were saying we're supposed to be confused. We're taking it from the perspective of those foot soldiers who didn't understand what was happening. But the information that they did give us is that, the communications jamming that we saw the soldiers get, the ships were getting as well. There were Martian and UN ships in orbit right there, and suddenly there's communication jam is happening. Nobody knows who's doing that, but jamming is as good as opening fire because it precedes opening fire. So because those ships started shooting each other. And before Sutton died, he was saying, I can't believe we're actually doing this. He was talking about the UN and Mars were shooting at each other, and he couldn't believe that was really happening, that their ships were firing on each other.
Right.
So, it's unclear if the proto-molecule thing that was on the surface had any presence in the sky. I don't know that it did. I think it was just doing the jamming, and that made the ships in the sky kill each other.
I have a feeling that any sort of thing that can move a giant asteroid out of orbit without any propulsion could also jam some stuff.
Right, that's a reasonable assumption, I think.
I'm of the mind that if there's a communications jam, don't shoot. Wait to see what happens.
Wait till they kill you and then try to shoot them. Yeah, that's a good plan.
I mean, you don't want to be... If you're a military, you don't want to be the first ones to shoot. Right?
Well, right, but like I said, jamming your communications is sort of as good as opening fire, because it's just rendering you helpless. Why else would they do that?
I guess that's a good point. Could be a proto-molecule.
You
never know.
No one is trained to expect that. Yeah. Maybe this could be some element that is completely unknown to us. We have to consider that and operate accordingly.
Yes.
No military is ever going to do that. Let's watch The Seventh Man.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Didn't show us anything happening above Ganymede there.
Yeah. intro gets me pumped. It's great.
The show rules.
Yeah.
Snowflakes.
Red snowflakes. They blood snowflakes?
I don't think it was snowflakes at all. I think it was just crystals of blood.
Yeah.
Maybe in a vacuum it might take that shape more, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa.
I just saw a name in the credits.
What name? I wasn't looking. I was watching Blood Snow.
I won't say. I'll let you see.
Okay.
What happened to the thing that was looking at her? They're really gonna do that to us?
Yep.
She's just gonna get taken to medical or whatever, and I saw something, I'll be like, oh, you were delusional.
Yeah. Lost a lot of blood out there.
We estimate over 3,000
Whoa,
dead and thousands
that's a lot.
wounded. Ganymede is the breadbasket.
How many people are out there even?
Without us, millions will go hungry. This
At least 3,000.
We invite Mars to a peace summit.
A peace summit? Mm-hmm. And what? Foot massages, too?
Trust me.
Sure.
Mars wants this.
That sounds great.
We do. It's time to step back before we're all wandering through the rubble, defending ourselves with rocks and sticks.
You'll never sell it to the Security Council.
You will sell it because you saved Earth from Eris.
We all know who really did that.
And whom do I serve?
Kissing
Why
ass.
didn't you ever run for office?
I like getting shit done, and I like to keep my head attached to my neck.
Your father was smart. You're smarter.
I love the way that she just has his number now.
And despite the circumstances, it will be good to see you against the terror.
This is the name I saw.
Ooh.
Maybe this is his only appearance.
Yeah.
But I doubt it.
Yeah, it could be.
Dawes put all of those bribes back into the neighborhood.
Yeah, now he's practically running Ceres.
About time the Belter was.
Alright, you got his respect at least. That's good to have.
Said one each. Back off.
Leave my mother alone! You leave her alone!
Ooh.
What's going
That
on?
struck a nerve for him.
Yeah.
It's like a memory kicked in. Amos seems like he has some serious PTSD going on.
Yeah.
Just in general.
6 Blue's charging you.
No. No, wait, there was a 7th. Lieutenant Sutton, he would have picked up on it. He was on...
Lieutenant Sutton was killed with 11 others on his run.
Jesus. Oh no, what?
Nurse, we need a sedative.
I don't know if she's in the right shape to be giving her all this horrible news.
Well, I mean, they need her to explain though, and they don't have a lot of time.
The makeup's really good.
Yeah.
Weird beard again.
The Diogo. I just can't believe we're seeing so much Diogo. I never thought he'd be around so much.
It was temporary at first. Dresden never coerced any of us.
When did you decide to make it permanent?
That first day, within 5 minutes, I knew I'd never go back.
Why?
The calm I felt.
Having empathy is exhausting.
We are about to rewrite the entire story of humanity. And if you like,
it's bad.
You can be a part of that too.
It's a bad thing.
Yeah, it doesn't...
I know how.
We're about to rewrite the entire story of humanity is a bad sentence.
I don't understand how Amos can be finding that compelling. It's like that guy seems very evil.
Yeah.
The OPA just saved Earth. And if that is not sufficient enough to earn their respect, we have their missiles. And that is our...
I'm just telling everybody.
Yep.
So now they know.
The belt needs a born belter to be its voice. Anderson Dawes should represent us. Excuse me, no disrespect. I just imagine the look on the inners' faces when they see who is sitting across the table from them. I would be honored to represent the belt.
Okay, these two.
Earth and Mars at peace. And the belt, equal partners in that peace.
Question whether he will be an effective diplomat.
And Earth's dream.
Yeah, we still don't know a ton about him.
But as much as I fear war between Earth and Mars, I fear the peace more. For
what?
That is when they will turn their sights back on all of us.
Well, I see what he means. Okay.
As long as they're focused on each other.
Earthers, Martians, they see us as their possessions. Animals to test their new weapons on.
Yeah.
And make no mistake, they will
What
do
is,
it again.
I can't understand what Draper's thinking right now. She looked like she was concerned.
She's thinking what I'm thinking.
Which is what?
He's a rabble-rouser, not a diplomat.
Yeah.
Earth knows that the rot is coming from his house. They almost lost their planet as a result. They don't want another Arrows any more than we do. Johnson says that we are safe.
He just nominated you. Are you not gonna, like, work with him at all?
Yeah, he's not even willing to try for a second to be diplomatic. If Earthers saw a video of this, they would be like, no way.
They'd be like,
yeah,
blow them all up.
Yep.
You, Satara, you were on Eros too. Yeah. You think this is over?
I hope that it is.
You're the one who didn't destroy the sample,
right.
Naomi.
Naomi has it in her pocket. They can return the missiles, but they still have the proto-molecule.
It's true.
They've seen what it could do.
You can just sit there.
That was OPA business. Fred has plenty of supporters.
Not ones who are on Eros.
Do you know what?
They've seen a glimpse of what it can do. They really don't know what it can do.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything's as it should be then.
If Eros rammed into Earth, wiped out half of your people,
More than half.
then you'd know.
So how you feeling?
I can't believe they're really not going to show us the proto-molecule person that they left off on.
Maybe we'll see. Episode's not over yet.
This interview is being recorded.
Oh, it's that drug that Lopez had.
7 blues in a line coming hard at you.
7th man.
Okay, that's the name of the episode.
He's behind them. The egg drone. Before the blues were charging at us, Hillman spotted a stray egg drone over our position.
That's right.
It didn't make sense.
Sounds like you're saying Earth initiated the attack.
They're running away from something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they were shooting behind them.
Fucking Earth has attacked us. They want a war. We'll give them a goddamn war.
Does she know that that's not the whole story? She saw them firing back.
Yeah, but I don't know if she noticed that detail and all of her friends just died and she's already been itching to go to war with Earth. I think it's reasonable that her brain would put this together as the pieces she needs.
Yep.
Well, we're all in this together.
That is a story. I like it.
It's the truth.
The truth is, it's never what you expect it to be, eh?
That's a suspicious thing to say, Anderson.
You want to paint me as one of the bad guys because I'm an Earther? Have a great time.
Good and bad, don't get distracted by that. It will just confuse you. Good men do bad things, like Fred Johnson. And bad men do things believing it's for the good of all mankind. That's how I know this isn't over, Satara.
Why does he keep calling her that? What does that mean?
Fred Johnson is tactical. He can't think any other way. He wouldn't offer me up to the inner planets as his errand boy or
be willing to return Earth's missiles so readily unless he had another card to play.
None that we know of. Now get off my ship.
He doesn't know about the protomolecule sample, right?
Fred?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I feel like only the crew of the ship knows.
I feel like only Naomi knows.
Yeah.
We are in this together. Otherwise, we're all lost.
You think she told him?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Like, it seems weird that they wouldn't show us that if it happened. Oh, maybe rest. If I understand how you would feel like you couldn't rest after your friends were killed.
So does she not remember seeing Protomolecule Man at all?
I don't think she does. I mean, that's such an insane sight, too. She was looking at him in the end of the last episode, though.
Tell me what really happened.
There was a stray egg drone over our position. Have you checked that drone's feed yet?
We were on high alert for anything in that area. There was
So she's gotten the story more coherent in her head now, because that's what she leads with.
What did you see, Bobbie?
I can't remember.
Okay. It's okay. We can help you.
Think she's lying?
No, I don't think so. I think if she remembered what she saw, she would blame it on Earth. You know, she'd use it as more fuel. I don't think she has any reason to conceal it if she remembered that.
I saw a glowing blue person.
They have some new kind of armor they've got, you know? Like, she would say it's a new technology being deployed against them.
Interesting, yeah.
We've come a long way since our loading docks on cities. Hey, Molly?
You don't get to call me that anymore, Pampa.
Everyone calling each other weird stuff.
Yeah.
You're the one really running things around here.
Those seem like pet names.
Constipated, you suck a stone to get things moving. If you see the problem, you shove that rock up your ass.
Come on. If we're going to reminisce, let's at least get a drink, huh?
Okay, so they're exes?
Yep.
To Fred Johnson's secret weapon.
The moment I heard Pampa, I knew. Yeah.
That's a pet name of some kind, or? Now she's taking it.
It sharpens your mind.
It makes you like hyper awareness, or like brain capacity, using 100% of your brain.
Like playing the piano with every key at the same time.
Yep.
6th in formation up front and the 7th bringing up the rear.
Charging out in the open like that.
The 7th man, he was chasing them. The UN Marines, they weren't firing at us.
Yeah, it's like a monster behind them.
I'm so sorry.
Sergeant.
That's when I saw the drone. It was waiting.
Sergeant, what happened next? Continue, that's an order.
Here we go. Remember!
The 7th man, he wasn't wearing a vac suit.
That's enough. She's had enough.
It was a cool performance.
Why aren't they listening to her?
I think they were. But they have to decide whether they trust her memory in that type of situation.
Like, let her elaborate, though. All she said was that he didn't have a suit on. Like,
Yeah.
And then what?
And then we'll have it, and Cortazar will help us understand it.
The nightmare starts over.
No. If the belt has the protomolecule, no one will ever use it against us again.
It's just...
That's immensely frustrating.
Yeah.
You ran with the 5 Points crew? I grew up in the Rosehead Belt.
From gangs in New York?
Do you know how old you are?
19, I think. I'd say yes.
Even a sense of time comes from them. The time it takes the Earth to spin on its axis.
Humans.
I was going to say, your sense of time comes from the people who live on the planet you're from. I mean, not them individually, but the... Stupid thing to resent.
The distances are so vast. It's hard to believe that we can make a difference.
It's messing with the kid, man.
Well, he's got a young guy who's got is clearly a true believer.
Mm-hmm.
Structure.
Vision will be able to see right through Anderson Dawes in like a second.
Yeah,
you aren't extremely manipulative. Like, obviously have ulterior motives here.
That'll be interesting to see them interact. I kind of want to see that. Hadn't really thought about it till you said that.
Sergeant Draper.
The structure of this episode is weird. It's bouncing back and forth.
MCRN Command has awarded you the Purple Heart.
Cool. All my friends are dead.
Well, they're trying to show that they understand the sacrifice she made.
Tensions were high. In the confusion of a communications blackout, your team fired first.
Sir? Did you say we shot first?
Well, given the lack of intel, it's a supportable conclusion.
They
What?
fired first. Maybe not at us, but they definitely fired first.
Sergeant, this is bigger than you.
I know I'm not wrong about that.
Well, truth is a tricky thing, especially when...
They stormed our line. That thing was driving them
I
forward.
don't want to hear any more talk about a thing, Gunny.
What?
Purple Heart was to butter her up.
Come on, I thought the show was better than this. I'm not trying to disparage the show. I'm saying I expected it to do something not so predictable.
My apologies, sir.
It's all right, Gunny.
I don't know. There's something about like, oh, you mean to tell me all those people died and all this started because of a thing?
Yeah.
You can't even fully... A guy outside of a suit? Is that what we're talking about here?
You're right. I guess it does sound completely insane, and with no evidence for it, you can't go with that.
That's what we're going to tell Earth.
Sergeant?
You saw a thing.
We're going to Earth.
Okay, that's a good point, but it's just so frustrating when you can't bring the truth about, you know?
Yeah. Just let her try to tell the truth. The entire asteroid just changed course and tried to hit Earth. There's stuff happening.
People will accept something unexpected and unprecedented has gone on. Like the music.
Makes me think that something intense is about to happen.
Yeah. Maybe the fact that Holden's aiming a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, is that... What's his name is gone? Somebody let Weirdbeard out! Well, that's not good.
No. How does Weirdbeard know that there's more protomolecule? Oh no.
Diogo? Dawes has him! Oh shit.
Why? Dawes wants to find that. The rest of it.
Where's Cortazar? Under guard in his cell.
No.
I'm in his cell right now. He's gone. So are his guards and his data cores.
Locked down every berth. No one leaves without my authorization.
I don't think you're in charge anymore, Fred.
Can't do. System's locked out.
Dawes, one second. You were about to send him to Earth to be a diplomat.
Where is he taking court? What are they gonna do?
I try to go dark. Maintain visual.
Alex, are you on the Rossi?
Sure am, Oz.
You're gonna chase him?
Tycho TC, this is Rocinante requesting emergency release.
I totally understand Dawes' motivations. I like what he said earlier about like good and evil will confuse you. He's not evil, but he's definitely not trustworthy. He's never gonna move away from his own ends in order to... He knows that there's something else out there and he wants control of it if they're gonna give the missiles back.
Right, well I also think, he's not evil and...
Standard evasive maneuver 6.
He's only doing this because he's certain the inners are gonna crush them if they don't, you know? It's like he's got Magneto stuff going on.
Yeah.
I mean, like, these people will kill us when they get the chance. So what are we gonna do before that?
He's not wrong, he's just an asshole.
Yeah, I guess.
Steady.
This is just Naomi and Alex? Is James here?
Nope. Couldn't wait. They had to go. Oh! Nice shot!
Gotcha.
That's crazy. So now they have no gravity.
Mm-hmm.
We should wait for backup.
Every second we wait is another second that Dawes can put a bullet in Cortazar's head. God only knows what Cortazar has told him already. Safety's off. Is that what you want?
I don't think they know why he took him.
No, but
this crew needs to communicate better.
Open our door on my mark. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Diogo.
You got me. Just me.
Is it decoy? Diogo was the only one on this ship, and they sent Cortazar and Dawes somewhere else.
We lost Dawes. He's got
You
Cortazar.
think so?
They're gone.
Yeah. It was a decoy.
Oh.
Well, lovely.
Oh. I mean, okay, so as far as the Martian Earth kind of conflict goes, the Martians are trying to sell the story that they shot first.
Which, yeah, how does that benefit them?
There's communications down, tempers got heated, people got freaked out and started shooting at each other. Obviously, it was a big mess and no one has a perfect idea of what was happening. You say, I saw Earth forces coming towards us.
Right.
We had no communications. They continued to advance and we fired on them.
Right, so will that be part of the official story too, is that they were advancing on their line? Are they still going to say that? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I think.
Because those people are dead, right? So it's not like they have anything to. Okay.
And, like, you know, she said, like, they shot first, but they don't want to say that because they shot behind them at something else. And they don't want to even enter that piece into it because it's like, what? Or it could be like, what were they shooting at? We shot first.
Exactly.
But shooting at
Ironically,
what?
yeah, the truth sounds more like a lie than their lie will. So
Right, exactly. So I think they're trying to create like a clean story, so there's no, because sometimes like it happens in real war on Earth too. Sometimes, or like, you know, if there's tensions between two, and one ship gets too close to the thing, and they won't answer the hail for one reason or another. Maybe their communications are down. Sometimes ships get like blown up and stuff, and then you have a diplomatic conversation about it later, and you're like, unfortunate episode, let's not escalate to war over this.
There's no reason we need to all go die now.
And like, it seems like in the grand scale, the 3,000 people that died in this situation is sort of like one ship's worth of, men they crossed over, and they had like a clear border. It seems like the advancing group crossed that border and were shot upon.
So that's a reasonable story.
Yeah,
I guess,
exactly.
We don't know why they crossed, probably because of also the communications jam that occurred, and then they can say that's a phenomenon we need to all investigate together. What jammed all our comms? That caused this skirmish.
And we know why they crossed. Because they were running away from space zombies.
Yes.
Yeah, in there.
Single space, just one space zombie,
At
actually.
least one that we saw.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if 7 guys in full attack armor with
just 6
machine
guys.
guns.
The 7th was the monster.
That's right. I guess they're running away from one.
The 7th man. Yeah. The episode name.
Okay, all right. I guess. Well, I mean, maybe we'll get more clarification on that later. But
I imagine so. Yes.
I would be surprised if they weren't just like shoot at it first. I feel like you need like a big wave of these things coming at you. But maybe
we don't know what it can do, or why it was there, or where it went, or what the deal with the drone was.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think a couple people in the comments after that episode said, because we said we're confused, explain what's going on. They said, I won't say much, but remember that drone you saw. So it's definitely like a piece that we're supposed, that will help explain all that. So it's taking recon for somebody or something, or
maybe who knows? Maybe it was taken over by the protomolecule. It can kind of take over. I mean, we saw no visual evidence of that necessarily, but who knows?
They can manipulate electronics to some degree. Like when Julie touched the bomb, she broke the whole thing. So.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. And then, so I want to go back to Dawes and Cortazar, though. So, can they find the hidden sample, do you think?
I mean...
Like, Cortazar knows how to look for it?
Cortazar seems to know that it's there in the first place.
And maybe there's a signature it gives off that he can detect.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's somewhere in the system still.
He seems to be, like, almost romantically, I don't know, in some way kind of intertwined with it, like his connection to it, he can feel that it's still out there kind of thing.
Well, he has been, he is very convinced of the profundity of the work, and that like this is the next evolutionary leap. Like he sees himself as consciously participating in the jump from sea-dwelling creature to sludge climbing up on the land. He's like, I get to be the fish that's crawling out of the ocean. I think that's sort of what Cortazar is looking at this like. That's why he's so enamored. He's like, I'm taking part in the greatest kind of work that a human being could that a life form could possibly be part of.
Right, but what sort of evidence would he have? You would think that the morning after to mourn. I don't mean the morning after, but the morning.
The subsequent morning.
Yes. Yeah, sure. That he would feel, after arrows flew into Venus, there was none of that. I guess he doesn't have any feelings, but he also would be just like...
He hadn't given up. He's like, it's still out there. He can detect it,
Yeah, so he must be able to detect it in some way that we don't fully understand yet.
Should have blown it up, Naomi. Mm-hmm. I think she will come to regret not blowing it up.
I mean, honestly, at this point, that sample could never come into play again, and it would still be a problem, because we know that the proto-molecule is now on Ganymede, right?
Ganymede.
Ganymede.
Yes.
Ganymede.
Yes.
And so,
I only know the names of these moons because of Red Dwarf.
Right. I mean, the sample could be a Chekhov's gun that never goes off. So not a Chekhov's gun, a regular gun that never goes off. And that
Chekhov's gun is a regular gun. It's just
but it goes off in the third act. It couldn't just be left there forever.
I seriously doubt that.
Yeah.
That's not how TV works.
Yeah, exactly. But this show isn't exactly how TV works.
Right, but they would just blow it up if it wasn't going to come back.
I mean, for all we know, they're going to Ganymede. Like, we think that he's bringing them to the sample. We think that, he's, leading them.
Interesting.
He could be like, look at this.
But that information hasn't gotten out to anyone. Like, Draper was the only one who saw that, and the people she told don't want to say anything about it, so...
He doesn't know about the sample either.
Yeah, I think our commenters might get frustrated with you being wrong. Tell us how wrong Nate is.
Tell me how wrong I am. But, yeah, also, trusting Anderson Dawes to just be... Oh, he just could have kept the cards in his pocket for a little bit longer.
Instantly betrayed him, during the same conversation where he nominated him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great, now that you did that, I'm going to do all this other stuff.
Seems like, just get the ace in your sleeve. Mm-hmm. If you know that there's another way to fix your problems, you can try it the first way. And if you still think, you can even come back and just be like, they wouldn't listen. But I have a better idea. That makes you seem a lot more trustworthy and more of an asset than going completely rogue.
Yeah, but I think he doesn't want to waste time, and like I was saying before, I think that his belief about the inner planets is that they have no consideration whatsoever for Belters. They see Belters as dirt on their shoes. Mm-hmm. They're not going to negotiate in good faith with us. The best thing I can hope for out of a sit down with them is that they will try to trick me.
You think that he thinks...
I think that's his position.
Yeah. Do you think he thinks that if Fred were to send him as a diplomat and offer to return the missiles and have peace talks and stuff, that they would just be Dawes believes that Earth would immediately just once they got the missiles, they would just be like, okay, blow them all up.
No, I don't know that they would necessarily do that, but I don't think that he thinks they will actually negotiate with any kind of terms that he would see in the ballpark of acceptable. They might not necessarily be we're immediately hostile and we're going to annihilate you immediately, but they're also not going to give the Belters equal footing. They're not going to stop oppressing them, I think, is what Dawes sees. He doesn't see that as something they can ever be convinced of. He needs to force them to, So, whether he's right or not remains to be seen.
Yeah, in retrospect, it might have been a good idea to tell Dawes about the sample. And I say that for one reason. It would have maybe... brought down his jets a little bit.
We do have a trump card.
There is something that we could use. If you're right, but let's try it this way first.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
See if that works.
But it's so hard to know what the right move is, because it could make things worse if he knows that that's out there. Then he'll go try to find it.
Seems like he does anyway.
Yeah,
it's
hard to say.
I like where this is going, and narratively, this is really, really interesting.
Yeah, that one wasn't quite as exciting as last week, but it was still lots of pieces moving into place. I'm excited to see where it will go. And this is one of our longer seasons, so we still have 5 episodes left.
Really?
Or 6 episodes, I guess, because 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, we're just over halfway through. That was our midpoint.
Really? It seems like things are bubbling up quickly.
Yeah, well...
Like, again, not quite as exciting, but it's sort of like the aftermath of what happened last episode, and I feel like pieces are falling into place to be quite interesting going forward. I'm excited.
Indeed they are. Thanks for joining us again, guys. It's always fun to watch with all of you and see all your feedback and comments and stuff. It's cool to have such a big Expanse group here with us. So thanks a lot, Screaming Firehouse. And check out Chernobyl. We're watching Chernobyl too. We still do movie reactions and stuff. Stick with us. Lots of fun here on Ketchup Packets. Until next time, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
Have a good one.